Hello, ma'am. I am Karen Rose Algargo, and I'm going to report about the Philippine Autonomy Act of 1916, or the Jones Law. The 1916 U.S. Philippine Autonomy Act replaced the 1902 Organic Act to grant Filipinos a fully elected bicameral legislature and a U.S.-style Bill of Rights. The Jones Law is a fully elected bicameral legislature of the Filipinas in a style of U.S. style Bill of Rights. The Philippine Autonomy Act of 1916 was passed by the U.S. Congress on August 1916. Their purpose was to grant the Philippines a more autonomous government and to formally declare the U.S. government's commitment to eventual Philippine independence. The Jones Law was authored by the U.S. Congressman William Atkinson Jones, and it was signed into law by U.S. President Woodrow Wilson. So, their purpose is to provide a more autonomous government for the Philippines. Congressman William Atkinson, he was the author of the Jones Law, and President Woodrow Wilson, he is the one who signed the law. He was the one who signed the law, and also to create the first formally elected Philippine legislature, replacing the appointed Philippine Commission, and to declare the U.S. government's commitment to granting independence to the Philippines once a stable government was established. So, the Jones Law contained the first formal declaration of U.S. government's commitment to grant independence to the Philippines. However, this pledge was conditional, stating that independence would be granted as soon as a stable government can be established. So, it is conditional. The law won't be the law won't be granted unless it has a stable government. The stable government. So, also, there are 3 sections of the Jones Law includes a Bill of Rights that protects fundamental civil liberties. So these rights include due process and equal protection under the law, protection against unreasonable researches and seizures, freedom of speech and of the press, right to a speedy and public trial, protection against double jeopardy, the right to be heard by himself and counsel, and the last one is the freedom from imprisonment for debt. And the Jones Law declared the intent of the U.S. to withdraw its sovereignty over the Philippines and recognize Philippine independence as soon as a stable government could be established. So, I already said that earlier. However, the U.S. retains certain power to protect its interests while preparing the Philippines for independence. And the Jones Law provided for a more autonomous government with a bicameral legislature consisting of a Senate and House of Representatives, but elected by the Filipino people. Excuse me. The executive branch remained under the control of a governor-general appointed by the U.S. President. And also, their goals was granting greater autonomy, establishing a stable government, preparing for independence. So, it's the goal of the Jones Law, and its principles was Bill of Rights, Philippine citizenship, and more autonomous government. So these are the principles of the Jones Law. And that's all. Thank you.